Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for coming to our tea and cake afternoon here at Halley Primary School. What I'd like to do is I'd just like to introduce you to the head teacher of Halley Primary School. This is Wendy Otterburn-Hall, and I'm just going to be asking her a few questions about how the school integrated Start Bee in early years and then rolled it out into Key Stage 1 and other bits and pieces about how they use Start Bee here.
Are you ready, everybody?
Yeah.
So, piece of string sitting up straight, shoulders back in their pockets. Okay, here we go. Take a pencil, pass it on.
1,
2, 3, 4. Good.
Put your finger to the side. See you all next time. Bye.
We've been running Start Bee in reception since the summer term last year, when in the summer term we were trialling Start Bee to see how it would work for us. So since September, we've been running it 3 times a week properly as a programme. And we do it in the morning with the parents, when the parents come into the classroom, when the parents first come in and drop off their children. We have the light boxes set up on the tables, the creative station set up, and I ran a workshop for parents at the beginning of the year to show them the materials and the videos, and also talk to them about the importance of the pencil grip, so now they can support their children when they come in the mornings. So it's been really successful. The parents love it. It's part of the children's morning routine, and we can already see the impact that it's having.
Can you tell me, Wendy, then when we first came to introduce Start Bee to you, you didn't quite understand what on earth it was. So tell me about that, please.
Okay, so we've been looking for something to rejuvenate our handwriting across the school. It was something that we just felt wasn't quite happening how it needed to. Some of the teachers were a bit fed up with what we were trying to do, and we needed an injection of something new, something different. So some publicity dropped into my inbox from Start Bee, and I thought, well, maybe this is the answer. And we got in touch, and you came along, and very quickly I realised that this was the something different that we'd been searching for. The key thing for me to begin with was that it was going to be delivered by a pupil to a pupil, a child to a child, and that it was something that teachers could just go online and everything that they needed was there. We had the resources in school ready to go, and it became very clear from the get-go that the children were really excited about this. As well as improving their handwriting and their motor skills, there was a fun element built into it from the start. And this felt to us like, well, this is something that we need to go forward with. And we've been involved with Start Bee now for, I think, 4 years. Mm-hmm. As you say, we started at the very end of a summer term with the reception class so that we could get them ready to move into year 1. Then they had a full year in year 1, which went really well. They transitioned into year 2, and by the end of that second full year, most of our children leaving the Key Stage 1 part of the school were showing us that they had a well-developed, fluent handwriting style. Not 100%, because like all aspects of learning, there were some children who had issues, who needed more support, and they would be the children that we would follow up with interventions in lower Key Stage 2. And that's how it's continued to roll at Halley. And as I say, the staff enjoy it, the children love it, and we find it manageable, but more than anything, we find that it has an impact.
So when we're talking about impact, because it's a measurable impact, we did a handwriting match fit assessment here. So we looked at your baseline data to see, we were checking pencil grip, posture, fine and gross motor skills, spatial awareness, and we were checking letter formation. Letter formation was a really big
real
thing
issue,
here.
yeah.
And we noticed that there was a recurring theme with every assessment that we looked at when we marked them together. And we said, right, we need to focus, because the assessment gives us a personal strategy for each child, but we could then take the data and look at it across year groups, so class groups, year groups. But when we did that follow-on assessment, then that was less than a year, we were seeing a raising of attainment by, it was 2 to 3 points of raising attainment per group. But we also could then ascertain the children that still needed an intervention. So that's, you know, but what we want to be doing is, which we're now making available through YPO, is that the handwriting match-fit assessment training will be available to every school. Every teacher that wants to be a handwriting specialist teacher that can do the assessment will now have that training, because it wasn't possible for us to physically go to every school. Every school should own it. Every school should know what good looks like, which pencil grip is correct, how to sort out your handwriting breakaway groups. Can you tell me what you would recommend to a school that is struggling with handwriting? What do you feel they should do first? Do you feel they should do an assessment first and see where their problems are? Do you think just start rolling out a scheme in early years? Where do you feel, if you had this 5 years ago, what would you have done first?
If I'd had another school that I could have gone and visited, where the staff were advocating for what this was about, because if staff aren't on board, it won't work. So if I'd had another school to go and visit, I would have visited, and I would have sat down with those teachers and I would have said, okay, tell us how it is. But then once you've seen how it can run in a school, how the children can be trained to be really independent. So actually the teachers in a way step back, because the children self-regulate, and we have monitors who give the packs out, and it just becomes something that they are so independent with. But as I've said before, they enjoy, they look forward to, and it becomes a part of, if not daily routine, at least 3 times a week. So I would say go and look at it, go to another school where Start Bee is happening, look at the children, look at what the staff are telling you, look at the changes in children's handwriting in their books, and then talk about possibly starting it off in the early years and then seeing it grow through Key Stage 1. If you can't start with everything together, let it grow naturally over the first 3 years and follow that up with that first cohort of children.